Okay, this is Jaffa Street. It's one of the main streets that runs through the city center of Yerushalayim. It basically runs from the western entrance of the new city of Jerusalem all the way down through the city center, through Kikar Zion, Zion Square, and all the way to the old city, the Jaffa Gate entrance to the old city of Jerusalem. And what just happened, all the activity that you just saw on Jaffa Street, was the result of the bus security guards finding a suspicious-looking bag that was left unattended on the steps of a building just outside of Machane Yehuda, which is the outdoor shuk, the outdoor market that is in Jerusalem. I was just leaving that market and came out to the Jaffa Street entrance and took a right on Jaffa and was heading down towards Kikar Zion to catch my bus home. The bus security guards at this point, I guess, were trying to stop pedestrian traffic from passing in front of the suspicious bag that they had found. So a guard stepped in front of us, grabbed us, and instructed us that we couldn't pass on this side of the sidewalk, on this side of the street, down the hill, that we either needed to turn around and go back, or we needed to cross the street, and if we had to go down the hill, to proceed very quickly and not to stop. So that's what I did. I crossed the street on Jaffa and continued down the hill. When I got to the bottom, that's when I noticed the police van had pulled up, and as I looked up the hill, I saw that they had really shut down the entire road for about 100 or 200 yards to not only pedestrians, but to automotive traffic as well. There were no buses running, or cars or taxis. Police vans and cars had barricaded the street, and they had a dead stop on the street while they went ahead and took care of this bag. And what happened at that point was that the van that showed up it must have been the bomb unit of the Israeli police department. Two gentlemen got out. One was acting more as incident command, making sure that everything was being done as he wanted it, while the other was the technician who got into his flak jacket, into his helmet, his body armor. He then ran a demolition wire, up to the bag, up to the suspicious item on the steps just outside the bus stops. This is a very major stretch of road. I mean, there are numerous bus stops within this 100-yard area where many different lines stop. So they cleared it very quickly, and this gentleman took the demolition wire up, rigged it into the bag that they thought was suspicious, came back to the bottom of the hill. The incident commander was communicating with the top of the hill to make sure that all of the pedestrian traffic had been stopped and that there were no cars that were coming through. They got the few last stragglers out of the area that were coming out of their apartments that kind of walked into this and didn't even know it. They got them clear, secured the entire scene, and then when the demolition officer was ready, he detonated the device, then went back up to the top of the hill to check to make sure there were no secondary devices or that there was no other danger to the public. He and the rest of the team then cleared not only pedestrian traffic but automotive traffic as well. When these security guards find something, they're very well trained, and they do not hesitate, they do not delay. They call these guys immediately. These bus security guards are very, very well trained. They're armed and trained to look for specific suspicious activity and or items. And this all took place in a matter of about 10 minutes. And at that point, after it was detonated, they cleared the scene, and life went back to usual. So the level of alert in Jerusalem is still high right now, following both the bombing in Eilat a few weeks ago and the violence that took place in the old city a week and a half ago. So these guys are specifically instructed, when they find something like this, if it's not attended by a person, they need to go through specific protocol, call the bomb unit of the police department, and let them take care of it. And that's just what they did. And now I'm going home. I will continue down Jaffa Street. And there is a Magen David Adom ambulance. I can notice right now there are actually a lot more bus security guards out now. I think they respond to situations like this not only in order to take care of it as it happens, but then following the incident, there's just kind of a high level of alert in the immediate area to which the suspicion took place. There are a lot of ambulances passing by, a lot of Hatzolah volunteer EMS personnel that undoubtedly all have scanners and probably heard the incident, and a lot of police vehicles keep passing by as well. So I'm sure this area will be on heightened alert, certainly for the rest of the night. You can see that gentleman right there was just looking in the garbage cans, which is actually something they do all the time here, not just following a planned detonation. But they always have their eye out for that kind of stuff. So I'm going home, and that's it.